Farzana, the ultimate solo adventurer, has conquered a mind-boggling 26 countries across the vast globe, scaling the towering peaks of Nepal to braving the scorching deserts of Morocco. But lo and behold, she now finds herself in the dazzling Gold Coast, deeming it her temporary abode for the time being. Brace yourselves for her epic tale.
Hi, I'm Farzana Kabirodri, and I'm 28 years old this year. So I've traveled to 25 countries to date. So I was born in Bangladesh and I lived there until I was 4 years old. I did go to school there. I had all my relatives there. I lived with my mom and my brother and my aunts for those 4 years. And at that time, my dad was working and living in Singapore. The day I moved to Singapore, I don't think I realized what was really happening. I just remember all my relatives around and that something big is happening. I've never been on a plane before that. But yeah, I think I took it pretty well. I wasn't sad or anything at that time. So I also remember my first day in Singapore, being in the taxi. I wasn't sad even then, although I was away from my family. I grew up with my aunts, a lot of my aunts, and yeah, I think I still am very close to my aunts till today because I, spent the first 4 years of my life with them. But life in Singapore was pretty good. It's a very safe, clean country. I somehow, from the age of 5, managed to integrate with the society, even though I wasn't speaking English as my first language when I was in Bangladesh. But yeah, I made a lot of friends, and most of my friends today it's still from Singapore because I've lived there for 22 years now. I do have good memories from Singapore, but I have to say the weather is my least favorite part. It's just humid and hot every single day of the year. It's eternal summer. Singapore is really just a tiny city country. I think size-wise, it's smaller than even Brisbane city. So it can get quite boring, like given the size is smaller than Brisbane city. So I think when I was around 12 years old, I started dreaming of going overseas and just experiencing different, mainly weather, of course, yes. Things I've never seen in Singapore, like mountains. It's a great city, so I didn't dream of going to like New York or other major cities, even Sydney. But yeah, just mountains and beaches, really nice beaches. That's something that really made me look forward to traveling. I think I was 15 when I first went abroad to Japan, and the weather was so cool. The country's amazing. I think anyone who has been to Japan would say that. That was the day that I decided, oh my God, I have to do this a lot more. I have to travel to as many places as I possibly can. So when I was 19, I started traveling again, and Australia was actually the first country I traveled to outside my school. I went to Western Australia. I loved it there. I went to Rottnest Island. That's where you find the cute little quokkas. It was just so nice. I found Australians really, really nice. I've got good memories from that time, and I remember thinking back then, like, oh, Australia's quite a nice country to move to. So in Western Australia, I did something really different from what I would typically do. I decided to be a bit adventurous. I tried skydiving. It was really, really fun. I think I was pretty calm given, jumping off a plane. I think that's scary, but yeah, it was really fun. And the beaches were beautiful. So I landed on a beach in Western Australia when I did skydiving. Outside that, I traveled to 25 countries. So I started with the Nordic countries. So I've been to Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Iceland, Finland. I absolutely loved it in Scandinavia. And I've also been to Southeast Asia. I've been to, Morocco, North Africa. Yeah, so I have one thing, which is the number of countries I travel to should always be more than my age. So given that I've been to 25 countries, but I'm 28, it means I have 3 countries, new countries to travel to, which I hope I get to do by the end of this year, 2023. So when I was 26, I really decided, you know what, I think I want to go to Australia to study and live there for quite, I don't know how long, but for many years to come. I love traveling, and of all the countries I've been to, I have to say Gold Coast is quite a unique city. I've never seen anything quite like Gold Coast. I've been to Maldives 2 times, and the water is amazing and all of that, but Gold Coast is a city with like a beach that's just right next to the skyscrapers, It's very unique in that sense. I don't think you'd find that anywhere else in the world. So to me, the mixture of everything can get in Gold Coast. I can go to Mount Tambourine. I can see kangaroos by just walking out of my house, really, random kangaroos. So it's the mixture of everything, the mountains, the beaches, the wildlife that's like no other. Yeah, that's one thing about Gold Coast I really, really like, and the weather is quite mild. I don't think anyone would complain about that, not too cold, not too hot. So yeah, I'm pretty happy living in Gold Coast for the last 2 years. There's a saying, go where you feel most alive. For me, that's Gold Coast. Awais. I think we got it.